Hi, and welcome to this tour of UCL video. I have just finished studying at UCL after 6 years of my medical and intercalated degree. UCL campus is huge, with 230 buildings. So in this video, we are only going to cover the main central buildings of importance. The main street of UCL is Gower Street. On this street, there are a number of UCL buildings, including the Quad, the iconic face of UCL, UCLH, the hospital, the Cruciform building, where the medical school is based, the Anatomy building, and while separate to UCL, the RADA building, where lots of Hollywood actors and actresses are trained, and the British Museum is also at the end of the road. So we're going to start our tour at the Cruciform building, the hub of the medical school, before heading across the road to the Quad. So the Cruciform building, built in 1906, used to be the previous UCL hospital for over 90 years, and George Orwell, the author of Animal Farm in 1986, was said to have died there. It has one of the best libraries at UCL, which we'll see in a bit, 2 main lecture theatres, a coffee shop, wet and dry labs, and a couple of seminar rooms. The library is large and has a wide range of study spaces, from open pods with a large screen in the table so you can work in project groups, to computer cluster areas. These computer rooms can be used for group work and projects as well as teaching. There is certainly a lot of choice for study books in the library itself. However, as this is the base of the UCL Medical School, most of these are medically inclined. If you are looking for books of other specialities and other subjects, the main Quad library has a lot of those. However, the Cruciform, whilst being the hub of the UCL Medical School, is also used regularly as a library by all students at UCL, as it's just such a nice place to work in. So on top of these areas of study, there is also the silent study area, which is perfect if you want an enclosed desk for studying in peace, as well as a group cluster area, which is great for group projects as well. Just outside the group study space, there is also a locker place where you can take out laptops if you need one during the lectures in the main theatres. At the Cruciform, there are 2 main lecture theatres, Lecture Theatre 1 and Lecture Theatre 2. Number 1 has a capacity of 300 and the second one is 150. They are mainly used by the medical school, where in pre-clinical years, first and second year, you have lectures basically 9 to 5 every day. But when the medical school aren't using them, other departments, particularly the maths department, have used them in the past. Having finished with the Cruciform building, we now head across the road of Gower Street to the main Quad building. The Quad is certainly a centre point of UCL, from the UCL logo to most open day leaflets. It's the site of the yearly Freshers' Fair, graduation celebrations, cultural events, election campaigns and society gatherings. For me, one of the biggest memories was when Benedict Cumberbatch came to film Current Wars here in the Quad. You can get a glimpse from the map here, just outside the cloisters of the Quad, just how big UCL campus is. Inside the Quad itself, there are many rooms used for seminars and teaching. The open cloister areas are used for the Freshers' Fair as well as poster presentations. Taking the stairs upstairs takes you to the main UCL library, where you can find thousands of books from lots of different departments. There is also the centerpiece statue that was in the movie Inception. In the library itself, amongst the rows and rows of books, there is also really good study spaces. My particular favourite was the Scandinavian section. And taking the stairs down from the main cloisters takes you to the refectory, a relatively new dining area, where you can grab a cup of coffee, lunch or dinner. On the same level as the refectory, you can exit the Quad to gain access to the internal street, Mallet Place, where you can find the Science Library, another favourite at UCL, a pizza shop and the Engineering building. Turning an immediate left on Mallet Place takes you to the relatively new Student Centre building, hands down one of my favourite buildings at UCL. Opening about 3 years ago, the Student Centre boasts 1,100 study spaces, a wide range of study spaces that is, with different types of rooms such as group rooms, open plan computer rooms, silent study and bookable private rooms too. There is also a cafe of course. And my favourite part is a rooftop terrace, where you can have a great view of the UCL campus and London as a whole. It also has a lot of large windows, which in my view is great for studying. Some other buildings of interest that are right next to the Student Centre include the Bloomsbury Theatre, where there's a new renovated theatre, and there is also a gym, the Bloomsbury Fitness Gym. There is also the Chemistry Building right opposite, as well as the new Architecture Building. Also on the same street is the Student Union Building, where there is a pizza shop, as well as a merchandise shop as well. I didn't particularly like the UCL merchandise, but you may find something that you like. And inside the same building, there is the Maths Department as well. I hope you enjoyed this tour of UCL. It was a tour of the main central buildings. Of course, UCL is spread out through London and has 3 main campuses. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you look forward to future videos.